I found out my childhood best friend Lucas had stolen my entire gaming account years earlier when thousands of dollars in skins vanished overnight. I'm 27 now, but this started when I was 15 and thought sharing everything with your best friend was normal. My parents surprised me with my first real gaming PC halfway through sophomore year. It wasn't high-end, but to me it might as well have been a spaceship. Before that, I'd been stuck on a dying laptop that could barely open Chrome without freezing. Suddenly, I could run Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, Team Fortress 2, and anything else my friends were playing. I spent almost every afternoon at that desk. Homework half finished, headset on, Discord open, snacks piled next to the keyboard. Online was where I felt confident. At school, I was quiet, awkward, forgettable. In games, I had a squad. I had skills. People actually waited for me to log on. My neighbor Lucas had been part of my life for as long as I could remember. Same street, same bus stop, same classrooms year after year. His parents struggled financially, so he didn't have a gaming PC or consoles. When I got mine, he started coming over almost every day. At first we took turns playing, then it became easier to just let him use my account too. Same rank, same friends, same everything. It felt harmless. He was basically family. Looking back, that was the mistake. Over the years, my Steam account accidentally became valuable, not because I was trying to invest, but because I played constantly and got lucky. One night during a boring matchmaking session, I opened a case and unboxed a knife. My whole friend group lost their minds in voice chat. "No way!" Lucas shouted. "You actually got one!" I didn't even realize how rare it was. I just thought it looked cool, but I kept it. Used it every match. It became part of my identity in the game. And over time, as cases got discontinued and items became scarce, that knife, along with everything else, quietly climbed in value. Thousands of hours, old event cosmetics, early skins you couldn't get anymore. It was like a time capsule of my teenage years. After graduation, I moved across the country for college. New city, new people, new responsibilities. Gaming slowly faded into the background. Lucas and I texted at first, then less and less. No big fight, just distance. I never thought to change my passwords. Why would I? He was my best friend. Years later, during a random weekend when I was 23, I felt nostalgic. Classes were lighter, I was homesick, and I wanted something familiar. So I downloaded Steam again and tried to log in. Password incorrect. I reset it. The recovery email wasn't mine. I tried phone verification, not my number. Every recovery option had been changed. My stomach dropped. I assumed I'd been hacked. I opened a support ticket and spent nearly a week digging through old emails, purchase receipts, CD keys, anything that proved the account was mine. When support finally restored access, I logged in expecting relief. Instead, I just stared at the screen. Everything was gone. My inventory was empty, completely wiped. The profile picture wasn't mine. The username had been changed to something I didn't recognize. My friends list had been gutted. Worst of all, the activity log showed hundreds of hours played in the past year. I hadn't touched the account in years. My hands were shaking as I opened the trade history, page after page of items being sent away, all to a single account. I clicked it, private profile, no avatar, almost brand new. But the username included a stupid inside joke from middle school, something Lucas used to scribble on his notebooks and shout during lunch. My chest felt tight. I checked the login location history Steam provided. His town, his state. I just sat there staring at my monitor, feeling like the floor had disappeared under me. Still, I didn't confront him. Part of me wanted to be wrong, so I messaged him like nothing had happened. He replied instantly, friendly, casual, asked about my job, my apartment, whether I still gamed. It felt like talking to the same kid I grew up with. Then I mentioned I'd just recovered my hacked account. He said, "Yeah, hackers are everywhere now. That sucks." No pause, no concern, no awkwardness, just normal. That's when I knew. I expected anger to hit me, or sadness. Instead, I felt cold, calculating. If he could pretend nothing happened, so could I. Over the next few months, I rebuilt contact. We started chatting regularly again. Eventually, we even played together. I used a new account, not my original one. When I finally told him it was me, he sounded excited. "Dude, that's awesome," he said. "Feels like old times." I forced a laugh. "Yeah, it does." Meanwhile, I was quietly collecting evidence. I found old photos on my phone of him sitting at my desk wearing my headset, screenshots from years back showing my inventory, chat logs where he mentioned borrowing my account. During games, I'd casually ask him to screen share, pretending I needed help with settings. I'd grab screenshots of his inventory when my old skins appeared on screen. One night, he started talking about skin investing. He sounded proud, like he'd discovered a secret way to print money. "I've been flipping items," he said. "Buy low, sell high. You'd be surprised how much people spend." I kept my voice neutral. "Nice? Making good money?" "Yeah, actually," he said. "I put most of my savings into it." Then he added, almost casually, "Got a sick knife from a trade a while back. Worth a ton now." My heart started pounding. "Which one?" I asked. He described it. My knife. By that point, prices had skyrocketed. What had once been a lucky cosmetic drop was now worth several $1,000s. I muted my mic for a second because I could feel my breathing getting shaky. Instead of confronting him, I decided to wait. Months later, the announcement for Counter-Strike 2 dropped. The market exploded overnight. Prices surged across the board. That knife's value jumped to something absurd, more money than I'd ever seen attached to a virtual item. That's when I submitted a new report to Steam. Not about hacking, about unauthorized transfers from when someone had physical access to my account as a minor. I included everything: original receipts, early screenshots, old photos of my setup with timestamps, chat logs proving he used my account, evidence tying the trades to his location. Then I waited. Weeks passed. I tried not to think about it, assumed nothing would happen. Until one morning I logged in out of habit and froze. My inventory wasn't empty anymore. Right there at the top was the knife. Not just that. Several high-value items had been restored. Steam had reversed the transfers. I didn't message him. A few hours later, he messaged me. Hey, did Steam wipe inventories or something? I didn't answer. Another message. My knife disappeared WTF. Then, did you report something? I waited until the next day before replying. Steam must be cracking down on stolen items. My phone started ringing immediately, over and over. Calls, texts, voice messages. I let them pile up before finally answering one. He sounded panicked, not guilty, not apologetic. Listen, okay, I was gonna tell you, he said quickly. I thought you didn't care about that account anymore. I needed money. I was gonna sell the stuff eventually. You never thought to ask? I said quietly. You weren't even using it, he snapped. You don't even play anymore. There was a long silence. He never actually said sorry. He just kept talking about how much money he'd lost. By then, I'd already listed the knife on the official marketplace. It sold within hours. I transferred the funds to my bank account and stared at the number for a long time. I used part of it to build the kind of PC 15-year-old me used to dream about. Smooth, quiet, powerful, no compromises. The rest went toward my student loans. His final message was a wall of anger, calling me selfish, saying I'd ruined him financially, saying real friends don't do that to each other. Then he blocked me everywhere. We haven't spoken since. Sometimes I think about the kid who used to ride bikes with me, who shared snacks at lunch, who slept over during thunderstorms because he was scared of the dark. But every time I boot up a game on the machine those stolen skins paid for, I remember he stopped being that kid long before I stopped being his friend.